This is the Super Mario Brothers looking at. If you're right, here's the front. So we'll start on this side. Here's the big gash that you knew about. So I'm going to have to cut out a whole chunk and get a piece of wood to replace that and somehow make a groove in it and so forth. Obviously not going to worry about anything on the top or the back. There's the same thing, there's another chunk here that's borderline. May be able to get away with putting just wood putty in there and filling it, but if not, of course these screw holes are not supposed to just be in there. But without taking the whole thing apart, I have no idea why they're there, what they're holding in. What I would probably end up doing is taking the screws out one at a time, making the holes a little deeper, pushing the screws in a little further so they're below the surface, and then putting wood putty over them so you'd never be able to see them, but you would never be able to remove them again either. And then you could paint over them. Also, all those things I read say these stickers are an absolute nightmare to take off. Like one guy said it took him 3 or 4 hours just to get these stickers off. So there's bolts here. You'd have to, I don't know how to take these out or whatever, but I could figure it out. There's another hole there, but that can just be patched. This whole crack here, it's a tough call. That's also borderline between trying to patch it, but it's also, I don't know if you can see it, it's also pushed in a little bit. So you might have to cut this whole entire piece of wood out too and patch that. If you look at it here, it's actually sticking out too far here in 2 directions, and it won't go back, so something's going to have to be done there with cutting this whole piece where it's damaged in there. That's all going to be taken out, and a new piece of wood's going to be put in there to patch. Going back to the side, it's a little kick damage on the bottom, but not too bad. The whole bottom's all fucked up, but that's because there's no casters on there now. The 4 little legs, it's just resting on the bottom. It's supposed to rest on the 4 legs. So we got to get 4 of them, but they sell those at Home Depot or Lowe's. But if you notice, there's screws everywhere that obviously, same thing, aren't supposed to be there. Like look at here, there's freaking 5 screws within 3 inches. So obviously the cabinet's got some structural problems. The only thing I could do there is what I already said, which is take each screw out individually so you don't, whatever it's holding in, which is I'm sure is the bottom board, doesn't lose it. And take one out, drill the hole a little deeper so the screw goes in deeper, and then put it back in and then fill over it. Same thing here, as you can see, there's a whole big crack, and actually that whole piece of wood is being held on by a piece of cellophane tape. So that's obviously no good, and this whole back corner right here is all chewed up. So something's going to have to be done there with patching that. So that's that side. The front, I already showed you this big crack right here, but it's sticking out too far, so this is going to have to be removed and some type of patch put in. There's another chink taken out right there. Something's going to have to be done there. The bottom where this next sticker is, this is all chewed up. Next to the door, there's some things, but that can be all just filled. This side, it actually looks pretty good the whole way down. It's this side that's all fucked up. This whole bottom, as you can see right here, you got the groove. That whole bottom is missing an entire chunk. So like almost like from here down, that whole bottom's got to be replaced because it's just beat up too bad to patch. So that's going to take a while. And as you can see, I already removed the T-molding. Obviously, you already knew you needed new T-molding. I don't even know what's under, how bad it is under this T-molding. Let's take the T-molding off here now. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that's actually not bad. This side, same thing. Got a couple screws there that didn't have to be countersunk. Again, everything I've read, 3 or 4 different accounts saying removing these stickers is an absolute nightmare. The bottom, which we already said, and the front's all beat up. The bottom, which we already know about because there's no casters, is all beat up. And also on the bottom on this side too, there's more of those screws. They're going to have to be removed, countersunk, and then re-put in. So I've never done anything like this before, so if you want a fixed price contract, I'd have to say 400 plus whatever the cost of materials are. So you may want to ask Wacky Bruce Lackey if he can get these cabinets. If he wants, I can give him any dimensions in terms of the height, the width of the control panel, any dimensions he wants. So let me know what you want to do. But I'll send, like, obviously I'm going to send you this video, and then think it over and let me know what you want to do, and we'll take it from there. Later.